Hi there, welcome to another nugget. Today we'll look at multilingual assessment. Who benefits? In multilingual educational environments, there are potentially many beneficiaries of multilingual assessment, not just the students. In addition to the students, there are the teachers, the educational institutions, the disciplines, and society. Research has shown that multilingual assessment has a number of benefits for students. Examples of such benefits can be found in research by Antia and colleagues studying the impact of their multilingual teaching project in South Africa. These benefits are understanding the task instructions, ease or speed of completing the assessment task, boosted confidence and academic performance, and addressing anxiety. With respect to understanding task instructions, the research by Antia and colleagues found that students understood task instructions better when they could read it in more than one language. A student who was puzzled by the word entitled in English went to the Afrikaans version and saw die titel and automatically knew what has been said. Another student said that uncertainty was eased in an assessment as they had a better understanding of instructions in both English and Afrikaans. Regarding ease or speed of completing the task, respondents in the study by Antia and colleagues said that by having another translation saves time in understanding work, because if they struggle to understand a word in English, they will go to the isiXhosa version and not waste time trying to figure out the translation of the word on their own. With respect to boosted confidence and academic performance, respondents said that being able to answer questions in more than one language boosted their confidence and enhanced their academic performance because they did not have to be too concerned about grammar. When they couldn't write something in English, they were able to write it in isiXhosa, which made them confident in the work, and they knew that they wouldn't do poorly because of a language barrier. When it comes to addressing anxiety, we find that respondents' levels of anxiety have been lessened in multilingual assessment, as they had another alternative to understanding a concept which they did not understand in English. In a monolingual English test, students would be anxious because they aren't proficient in English. However, multilingual assessment allows students to read instructions in any language and answer in any language, which decreased anxiety. It was important to spend some time on students because the benefits of multilingual assessment has for many other stakeholders derived from the experiences of students. The social, physical, and emotional health of teachers is central to the notion of a teacher's professional well-being. Just as a teacher's professional well-being can affect student performance, it can also be affected by student performance. Grading of assessments is one activity that brings teachers' well-being to the fore. As we see in our teacher year, answer scripts that are disappointing in content, expression, or in both may trigger negative emotions in the teacher. As we saw while discussing students, enhanced understanding of tasks or performance can arise from multilingual assessment, and this in turn can make a teacher feel more fulfilled, worry less about their competence. Who knows how many teachers have been unfairly judged and punished because of their students' scores in monolingual assessments? If the language barrier experienced by students were removed through multilingual assessments, Who knows what commendation and rewards these teachers would have received? Increasing interest in decolonializing knowledge is alerting us to certain facts in a powerful way. Firstly, that a language communicates a worldview. Secondly, that the accepted knowledge in many disciplines represents only one perspective. Thirdly, that the opportunity to use several languages to discuss a discipline, example in an assessment, is an opportunity to challenge certain ideas and to enrich the discipline. Knowledge in a discipline that is documented in the English language and that considers schizophrenia a disease easily becomes contested and enriched when in another language the same phenomenon is seen and described in a way that translates a call from ancestors. A student writing an assessment in a language other than English is easily able to foreground this different conceptualization. Similarly, a discipline that bases some of its knowledge on gender distinctions is challenged and enriched when that knowledge has to be expressed in assessment situations in a language that makes no gender distinctions and whose culture does not assign social roles based on gender distinctions. It is perhaps worth mentioning also that a discipline, if it is to survive, has to continuously recruit new scholars or renew its scholar base. One of the social functions of assessment is gatekeeping, that is, determining who is let into a profession or discipline and who is not. Multilingual assessment is therefore one means of influencing the size and shape or diversity of who is admitted as a scholar into a field. The uses to which assessments are put is making judgment about an educational institution or even an educational system. Decisions are sometimes made about particular institutions or systems based on the success rate of students in, of course, assessments. As the views on the table shows, there is a sense in which the language of teaching, learning, and of assessment can be part of the basis for making judgments. The views indicate that at an assessment level, monolingual English teaching and assessment can have an impact on the performance of students, and this in turn can influence the perception of the system. Let's consider benefits to society. According to Foucault, examinations make it possible to quantify, then classify and punish or reward individuals or groups. It is through assessments that we have data such as we see in this table that classifies student population groups in South Africa according to who graduates in the prescribed study period and who drops out by the end of the prescribed study period. If South African researchers are correct in the link they make between poor student performance and the exclusive use of English as the language of assessment, if there is a link between getting a university degree and ease of getting a job, then we see how the use or non-use of multilingual assessment may contribute to determining how diverse the graduate workforce in the country is. It becomes evident how multilingual assessment can contribute to addressing social inequalities. The official use of diverse languages in high-stakes assessment communicates the importance accorded to the languages in question. From this importance flows a number of beneficial actions. Firstly, where relevant, developing the languages in question For example, through the creation of terminology becomes a priority so that the languages can be effectively used in assessment. Secondly, opportunities are opened up in publishing for study material to be developed in these languages, thereby enriching their corpus. Thirdly, speakers of languages used for assessment feel culturally recognized, affirmed, and included, and these all enhance social cohesion. In the research by Antier and colleagues, respondents express views such as the following. 1. When I could use SCALPS in an assessment, I no longer saw this language variety as one that is used by uneducated coloureds only, but rather that it should be embraced. 2. When I saw isiXhosa in the assessment, I felt included and realized that my home language should be valued the same as English on the language hierarchy.
Created using Powtoon.